Hello everyone, welcome to the Valores Training Center YouTube channel. I'm Mark Entrata, 47 years old and a first degree black belt under the legendary Professor Cobrina Charles. Alright, so before we start, remember this channel is for people who are beginners, hobbyists, and older people. So if you're neither of those, then maybe you should just move on and go watch something else. But I'm pretty sure you're still gonna learn a few things here and there from this video. All right, in today's topic, I will be discussing something, like two things that not a lot of people mention when it comes to how beginners usually get injured and hurt in their first few months of jiu-jitsu training. All right, because here's the thing, back in the day, this is how we used to do things. And I know some teams and academies still do it up to this day. But usually, if you're a new guy, first you will be doing, like the class usually starts with warm up, and then you're going to be taught techniques. Then you may do a little bit of positional sparring. Then, you do the fun stuff, which is the sparring. All right, so why do we let people, or why do some people, even up to now, let the new guys do sparring right away, even on their first day? Well, first, because let's face it, sparring is the most fun part of training. It is what it is. All right. Second, because in sparring, it's the best way to show how efficient jiu-jitsu is, especially if the one inquiring is someone who's like big, muscular. You can actually smell the steroids from his sweat. It's a good way to show him how techniques can, or like technique conquers all, right? And the last one, let's keep it real. Some people do it because they want to just show off how good their jiu-jitsu is. They even have their other teammates to video the role so they can show it on Instagram. Okay, so whatever reason it is, making a new guy spar right away could really lead to a lot of injuries later on. Because we were wondering, okay, because we used to do it that way also. And then we were wondering how come, no one was really hurt, no one was injured seriously. But then a lot of the new guys, the new white belts, stopped showing up after a month, after 2 months. Then later on, we found out, yes, they did not get injured seriously, but they were getting hurt in training. Okay, now, why? Why does that happen? Okay, well, I'm going to quote the great Roman philosopher Cicero. He says, "We are our own worst enemy." All right, so before I sound like a pretentious deep thinker, okay, I'm going to be more specific with that, okay? Basically, we hurt our own selves. Why? Okay. I'm going to discuss the two reasons why we end up hurting ourselves in training. Okay, listen, because these two are closely related, like Jaime and Cersei Lannister. Okay, so the first one is we don't know how to move properly yet, and the second one is we lack awareness. So when I say we don't know how to move properly, that means we lack coordination, we lack stability, we lack mobility, we lack flexibility. And how will these affect your training, and how will these things get you injured? Well, first, because you really don't know how to react yet. Okay, so your reactions to certain situations may be wrong. Especially, one of the best examples is posting your hand. Okay, when you're getting some, God forbid, it's your first day and they let you do sparring from standing, because apparently that's the only manly way to learn jiu-jitsu. Then someone decides to throw you or take you down, and you didn't know how to break fall. Okay, or you didn't, so you ended up posting, or even someone sweeping you. Okay, didn't know how to deal with it. So what happens? You can hurt your fingers, you can jam them on the mat, you can hurt your wrist, you can hurt your elbow, you can hurt your shoulder. And if you're like super lucky, then you get to hurt all four. Okay, next one, you end up using too much strength, which again is normal because you still don't know much. You don't know how to move, you don't know techniques, you don't know concepts. So you will naturally rely on your physical abilities. And one of them is strength. And The problem here is you may strain or even pull a muscle, okay? Or muscles, again, if you're lucky. Next, you just have poor mobility, okay? You're pretty stiff, okay? So even little things, okay, can hurt you. It's not gonna break your arm, it's not gonna break your shoulder, but it's still gonna hurt. Okay. Now the thing is, when people get hurt a little bit too soon, especially you guys, you don't even know if you love jujitsu. You're just interested, and then you get hurt. Then you're like, man, this isn't worth it. So you end up quitting. Okay. Now, how can we address these? Okay. I can only speak for Cobrina Manila. This worked for us. That's why we have a lot of students in their 30s, 40s have been training with us for like 3, 4, 5 years already. Because we implement these things, and I hope you can implement these things also to your personal training. Well, what's the first? The first one is really just focus on movements. I know they're not the most Instagrammable thing in the world, and when I say movements, individual movements. Okay, it's not the most Instagrammable thing to do in the world, but it will help you with your mobility, with your stability, with your coordination, with your flexibility. Okay, you know, these movements are gonna help build those muscles that you need, and those muscles are going to help protect us from possible injuries. That's another layer of defense for injuries. Okay, so after that, when our students are finally allowed to do positional sparring, we pair them up with more experienced members. Okay, most probably assistant coaches and really higher level students. So their partners can take care of them. Okay? Especially during the times that you're spazzing out, because again, it happens, you panic. At least your partners aren't gonna spaz back, okay, or take things personally. So that's how we do it. And later on, when you spar, then you're also going to be paired with the same thing, a little bit more experience. So they can guide you, make sure you're safe first. Okay, now, once you're allowed to do positional sparring and regular sparring, there are a few more suggestions that can help you. First is to stop early, man. If you're in danger, you feel that you're in danger, just stop. Just stop early. Okay, live to fight another day. Okay, or another round, something like that. Okay, next, which is super hard, just stay relaxed. Okay, because here's the benefit of being more relaxed. First, it won't tire you easily. Okay, second, you're going to be more aware of what's happening. And even though you're getting your butt kicked, at least you're aware how it's happening. Okay, so you can troubleshoot, you can ask very specific questions to your coaches or professors what you need to improve on, or what situations you need to improve on, because you can tell them in detail what situation you need help with. Okay, so but here's the real challenge. These things, it will require a lot of patience. Okay, and the beauty is, if you develop patience in jiu-jitsu training and you're able to apply it in other aspects of your life, like in relationships, or in business, or in any of your professional jobs, it's gonna help you tremendously. Patience is such a great skill to have. It's something that not a lot of people have also. Okay, so that could be your advantage over everyone else. I mean, look at I know. Here's the thing though. I know a lot of people like to cash in too soon. Look at all those high school people we know who already peaked back in high school. After that, they cashed in already in high school. Then it just went downhill from there. Well, we don't want our jiu-jitsu to be like that. Okay, so with that, I hope you learned some stuff. Okay, and if you did, please remember to like, remember to share, and remember to subscribe. We would truly appreciate it. And on the next video, I will be discussing the most common positions and situations where students actually get hurt. Okay, but for now, I'm gonna leave you with this, and just remember to have fun. Remember to stay safe first, then have fun, then let's train until we are 99. We will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. OC.